Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome to the chaos. Pull up a seat. It's Doug, Todd, and Brandon bringing that ADHD heat. Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics on blast. We jump topic to topic because the news moves fast. Yeah, we break it all down. What's wild in the world? From headlines to hot takes, every thought gets unfolded. EHP, come ride the wave. Where the politics pop and the tangents misbehave. EHP, you know the vibe each week. We rant, we laugh, then we ask, what's geek this week? So buckle up tight, it's a beautiful mess. 3 brains, 1 show, and 0 attention left. To DHP, yeah, we keep it unique. Politics first, then what's geek this week?
If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to support the podcast. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Your star ratings and reviews help others discover this podcast. So take a moment to share your thoughts. They appreciate you, and let's keep the conversation going. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to ADHP. That's Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics. Now, will you please welcome your hosts, Doug, Todd, and Brandon.
Folks, that's catchy. That was much more show specific. That I liked it. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, I went through, I think, 10 or so different tries to get the right sound. I wanted it to sound kind of like energetic, and I wanted it to mention us, and it kept saying ADHP wrong. It was trying to pronounce it as a word instead of saying the letters. No. Yeah. So yeah, I ended up having to actually spell out phonetically ADHP for it to get it right.
ADHP.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I liked it. Thanks for putting in the time on that, and thanks to all the bands we stole from for that nice AI song.
My God.
Remember, folks. To steal from one is plagiarism. To steal from many is research.
It's AI.
Yeah.
That's the AI mantra.
Yeah, that's suno.com if you want to check it out for yourself.
Oh well, another week into January, another week in the wild world of Trump trauma. We are living in interesting times, and they aren't getting any more boring. That's for sure.
That's one way to put it. Interesting.
Yeah. How have your guys' week been?
I mean,
I'm tired.
yeah.
I've had a long 2 weeks here. I need an actual vacation at some day, but I got to get a new job and stuff right now, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's no fun.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
What about you, Todd?
I mean, it's been a week. I'm not really retaining any information as far as what has happened this week, as far as because everything kind of all the days kind of blur together.
Thanks to all the bourbon and Vicodin.
Yeah, I wish. It wouldn't be. It would probably be spiced rum, and lots of sugar, which is probably not good for me being diabetic and all. But yeah.
Yeah, who needs your feet?
Yeah. I don't use my feet that
Who
often.
needs feet?
Yeah. No, I did. What did I do this week? Not really, nothing different than I normally do. Just a lot of sitting around watching TV I watched. Not to jump ahead to what's Geek this week. It's not in any of the stories, but I'll say this: I watched the first 2 episodes of the new Star Trek series, and
Aha.
I enjoyed it. I really did. It was different as far as like the feel. It it didn't start off feeling very Roddenberry like. It was very kind of like um, dystopian almost. So
Interesting.
yeah, and it
Yeah,
just
my friend Tony, who's been staying on the weekends, like he's been talking about it. We didn't watch it, but he's been talking about it.
I know a lot of people have been talking a lot of shit about it because people don't ever watch Star Trek. They just know it's a thing, and they're talking about how woke it is now and
Oh,
blah blah
Still
he's
blah.
a
isn't
big
woke.
Trekkie, so he's
Uh,
been wanting to watch it.
yeah. So I think my favorite thing to say when I talk to people that are Star Trek fans, do you know the difference between a Star Trek fan, a Trekkie, and a Trekker?
Mm.
What is it?
A Trekkie is a Star Trek fan. A Trekker is someone who insists on being called a Trekkie.
I'm not entirely I'm not in enough to the culture to fully get it, but I think I understand.
It's I mean, for a while there in like the '90s and the early 2000s, a lot of people were like, "We're not Trekkers, we're Trekkies. No, we're Trekkers." Blah 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 blah. It was one of those stupid online things.
Oh, is it because of that movie Trekkies? Like people didn't want it. Like Trekkie was kind of
It
the
was it was it was
pejorative.
it was an originally it was kind of a it was really used as a derogatory term originally, and then so a lot of people were like, I'm not a Trekkie, I'm a Trekker, actually pushing up their glasses on their nose, but yeah,
Oh, so I noticed, Todd. Are we streaming live right now?
we are, yeah,
We are streaming
Ah.
live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook.
yep,
All
yep.
right. I'm looking at the YouTube. It still says episode 39 Toddcast for some reason.
Oh, it
Do you have the
does.
ability?
Um,
Yeah.
I
Do you have
changed
the
it.
ability to change that on the fly?
I fucking changed it. I don't know why it didn't update. So I right now I can't do anything with it. So it's
Fair enough. Forget I said anything then.
so I mean in the chat it also says episode 41. R.I.P. Renee Good. So I I I thought I put those things in there. I remember putting them in there, but apparently it didn't update. So I don't
The
know.
splash screen, the actual background on the video says episode 42. So we got that part.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's the stream elements is one of the things that allows me to multi-stream on multiple platforms. And when we to go live, I have to input the title of the stream on each individual stream, and I swear to Christ, I put it in every single one, and I hit the start button, and it went from there. So if it didn't update on YouTube's end, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna be re-uploading everything like manually once we're done anyhow, so the live stream doesn't really have anything to do. I guess I don't know why it's not doing that. It's kind of annoying me right now.
Oh well. No worries. Like I said, forget I said.
Yeah,
uh,
don't worry about it, Todd. It's okay.
Yeah, but what do you say we get into some news here? I actually have we got a special treat. We're gonna do something little bit slightly different, or at
Ooh,
least a different spin on things. We're gonna go to mailbag questions for this week.
ooh. We got emails.
No, so we didn't get any mailbag questions. Nobody sent us anything. Everybody disappoints us. But so I went to the greater internet and asked for the top 5 political questions from this past week.
Oh
And
yeah.
and then I found stories to try and answer each one. So that's how we'll do the news this week. So go into the mailbag. First question: will Trump's crackdown on immigration and deportation policies hold up in court? And you guys certainly give your opinions too. And then I can tell you what I found here. What do you think, Brandon?
I think certain ones will, certain ones won't. I certainly hope certain parts of them won't. Like the policies of sending people just to random ass countries. that they're not even from or have no relation to, that definitely is something that I don't see holding up at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Because
so far they've taken quite a few losses in court over their immigration policies.
yes,
First, yeah, we're looking at this Cal Matters article. First, the U.S. Supreme Court on December 23rd sided with Illinois is in effort to block Trump from sending the National Guard to Chicago as part of its immigration crackdown. The court rejected the same legal reasoning that Trump used to federalize and deploy the National Guard in Los Angeles last summer. So, according to the unsigned order from the Supreme Court, the government has not carried its burden to show that the law permits the president to federalize the Guard in the exercise of inherent authority to protect federal personnel and property in Illinois. So, what that means is that the White House hasn't demonstrated that the president actually has this power. The administration quietly withdrew its appeal that the president could not keep the Guard in California, and then that was a big victory, of course, for California at the time last year, we recall. And the law developed in a way that will prevent what happened over the last 6 months from ever happening again. And this particular California prosecutor thinks the door is closed to Trump, and the court is, closing down, clamping down on those expansive powers. So that's good news. That's a little bit of good news to start things off.
I think so. I hope most of that will end up not like holding up, but who knows?
And then the next question from the mailbag. Again, if you want to send us actual questions, please feel free to leave them as Facebook comments. Or is there an email address could be emailed to, Todd?
Yeah, actually, they can email hello@adhp.live, and that will come to me.
There you go. hello@adhp.live. It's simple enough. All right, next question. How will the Supreme Court rule on Trump's emergency tariffs? So, of course, Trump has been doing these emergency tariffs throughout, ever since Liberation Day last year. Now he's ramping up tariffs on European countries that are coming to Greenland's defense. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, I've not stopped drinking since the start of the Seahawks game yesterday. We're recording this Sunday night, January 18th, 2026. And,
oh God, we steamrolled those motherfuckers.
So the Seahawks started yesterday's game with a kickoff return touchdown and then the extra point made it 7 points. That turned out would have been enough right there on its own.
We beat that ass.
The 49ers belt to ass. 49ers could only score 6 points, 2 field goals. Seahawks win it 41-6.
Yeah, boy. Dude, okay. So on that, I really want to see the Bears beat the Rams.
Oh, it's too late. It's already over.
Oh, did they already? Wait, what happened?
The Bears did us no favors. They could have settled for field goals and had a nice lead. Instead, they kept going for fourth downs.
God damn it! I want to
meet my friend. Stopped. At the end of the game, they were down 17-10, and it was 4th and 4, and with like 20 seconds left, and Caleb Williams for the Bears retreats backwards about 20 yards and just lofts a pass into the end zone, and it gets caught to tie the game. And then he throws an interception in overtime, and the Rams go down and kick the game-winning field goal.
God damn it! I did not want to face the Rams again.
I know. I really wanted the Bears because we would absolutely.
Really wanted
these Seahawks. I mean, this defense is so good. This is not a sports talk show, but this Seahawks.
We can still talk sports about it. I see nothing wrong with this. Come on, we don't. I don't really like sports as a whole. I do like the Seahawks though. I am a Seattle native.
Yeah.
I very much appreciate good defense in football, and the Seahawks are one of the best defenses we've seen in a long time. Maybe
My-
since the last great Seahawks defense in the Legion of Boom era.
Yeah,
So
I believe
it's
it. Boom.
truly
My-
an elite defense here. I think maybe we slam the Rams again, anyways.
Slam, wham a lamb, slam a ram.
Whamma whamma ding dong.
So we got
Anyhow.
someone in the chat that says, "Hello, I'm new, and I was just scrolling and saw that your stream was political and was wondering what side do you support most." I responded with,
Oh well, we are obviously Trump is our Lord and Savior, and if you don't agree with that,
No, and his holy chosen son, QAnon.
yeah, we're kidding.
QAnon son,
We're kidding.
QAnon Jesus.
Because I responded with, "We are progressive," so and that's not not saying we're
Yes.
Democrat or anything. We're just that we're not
Oh.
Trump supporters.
Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
We some of the stuff we believe in. If you go back to our first episode, is we believe in a universal basic income. We believe in universal health care. These are things that we should be fighting for every day, and any politician you support should be in support of those two things.
Yes, and yeah.
That's kind of the big deal. Like, there's lots of other issues we have very strong opinions on, but those are the two critical things.
Like lunches for children. Who the fuck doesn't want to feed kids? Who the fuck wants hungry kids? Who looks at kids and goes, "Let's let those fuckers starve"? I don't even like kids, and I'd feed a kid.
Yeah, no, that kid should hunt for his own lunch before he goes to school.
There's going to be the Hunger Games at the local elementary school, middle school, and high school to get food.
Yeah, no, isn't there like some real world Hunger Games?
Yeah, he wants to do the Patriot Games. He wants to do the Patriot Games.
Yeah,
Trump does. Yeah,
Trump does.
Yeah, he wants to do the fucking Patriot Games.
All right, back to the question though. So, how is the Supreme Court going to rule on the tariffs? What I got here is a CNBC article saying that Supreme Court is unlikely to overturn Trump tariffs or his signature economic policy. But this is just, I don't know if this is actual analysis. I think this is just what Scott Bessent said. So Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said it's unlikely the Supreme Court will overturn Trump's tariffs imposed under the International Emergency and Powers Act, Economic Powers Act. The top court could decide on the legality of Trump's use of the IEEPA to impose tariffs as soon as this week. I believe that it is very unlikely that the Supreme Court will overrule a president's signature economic policy, Bessent said. Well, if you make your signature policy something unconstitutional, the Supreme Court very well might overturn that.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, this article talks about the Supreme Court upheld key Affordable Care Act provisions that some people maybe thought were unconstitutional, but because it was such an important landmark piece of legislation, and they thought the Supreme Court maybe was protecting it. And so maybe that's their evidence that they would do the same for this president. I think they found actual constitutional grounds to maintain the ACA, and they're going to need something similar here for Trump, or they will absolutely overturn them. The actual law is pretty clear that Congress needs to levy the tariffs, and the argument for an emergency kind of wears thin when you are willy-nilly raising and dropping tariffs.
Doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you're not acting like it's an emergency. You're more like you're using them for a negotiation tactic, which in other frameworks they've openly admitted to.
Yeah. He's straight up doing this to countries that are supporting Greenland and shit like that, which is a whole other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight as well, with the whole Greenland thing. He's stepping up that rhetoric, and that's fucking nuts. But not just that, I would say just based on that would mean that he shouldn't be allowed to. I mean, it would be unconstitutional based on that, because he is using the tariffs as like a punishment. I also heard he was going to, huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I heard on that same note, he was scared of Taiwan, so he's going to back off like 5-10% on Taiwan for tariffs.
Like, scared of Taiwan in the sense of like upsetting China, or
I don't know what's his deal is, but all of a sudden he's talking about dropping their tariffs down all of a sudden from like 25 to 15%, maybe because we need the rare earth that they have or something. I have
not heard about this with Taiwan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say, talk about Greenland, because this would be the best story to.
Well, I think it's
I don't
I don't have anything specific to talk about. I just think it's something important I should say to bring up that he continues to push that rhetoric. I think it's horrible that we continue to talk about this. I do believe that countries are literally sending out boats and soldiers to Greenland in response to that.
Yep.
So now we have
Many
them actually, huh?
Yeah, I was just saying many European Union countries are getting ready to are getting soldiers to Greenland for the proposed, because Trump has also like said that like, or the Department of War, which we now call it apparently, is gearing up for potential action in Greenland. So yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine invading a fucking sovereign allied
Well,
nation?
this is one piece of, again, another piece of good news where we'd like to hear it publicly stated, but reportedly, behind closed doors, senators are telling Trump, like Republican senators are telling Trump, that if he invades Greenland, he will be impeached and removed.
I would love for that to be an actual fact. If I do know that there is, I heard recently that there may possibly be enough votes right now for impeachment, like enough Republicans about like
They're
back
close.
up
They're
and
like
saying,
4 or 5 votes away for impeachment, but yeah, conviction's a different story.
yeah, conviction, yeah. So Trump's already. I mean, and I do believe that would happen. I think dissolving of NATO would actually squick out enough Republican.
Yeah, I tend to
leaders.
believe that. Like, this is, and in which case I'm like, do it then. Do it. Do
No,
it.
I really don't, because it'd be so hard. Honestly, what would immediately happen when we get dissolution of NATO and the reformation of a whole new, basically, alliance that didn't have the USA in it, and
Well, I
I'm
think
not sure they would let us into it ever again.
that is one of the problems, though. They might want us, depending on how things go in the wake of Trump. But um, I think if he were to do it and they were to follow through on their threat to impeach and convict, like, so he gives the order, he's immediately impeached. That kind of puts a kibosh on any of his orders. So perhaps things get stopped before NATO dissolves in that case, because it's
And
not like
then,
an automatic trigger. It's
I
just
mean,
it's just if
then
we
JD
did it,
Vance had,
they would have to, they would be unwise not to if we did it, like.
hmm.
But it's not like automatic. It's not like, oh, if we invade Greenland, it's automatically dissolved. They would have to, if they saw that he was immediately impeached, they'd be like, okay, let's see how this proceeds.
Then JD Vance would be for president. President JD Vance.
And I wonder if they wouldn't just impeach and remove until it goes down to, I don't know, Mike Johnson or something.
Oh God, me, that's still once again.
Man.
Would they take him out too, because if he insists he would do whatever the president had previously wanted? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
Scary.
yeah, it's stupid. It's the stupidest, worst timeline that we're on, that we're even
I
talking
know.
about invading
That we have-
Greenland. We're kidnapping Venezuela's president. We're going to invade Greenland. It's just. Speaking of Venezuela's president, that's the next question from the mailbag. How will the U.S. capture of Venezuela's Maduro affect foreign policy? So I got a couple of stories on this one. The first one, interestingly enough, comes from the ChinaUSFocus.com. So we'll see what this is worth. The shock and awe of the United States operation to capture President Maduro displayed America's enduring military might. It also showed Washington's resolve to enforce what they're calling, as I deemed it, the Trump corollary to the Monroe Doctrine, presaging U.S. efforts to roll back the growing economic and diplomatic influence of rivals, notably China, in the Western Hemisphere. However, such actions also undermine a rules-based order and send dangerous signals to rivals and allies alike. Regardless of one's view about Maduro's governance or politics, the brazen attack on a sovereign territory and the abduction of its sitting leader for trial in another country violates international law and undercuts a rules-based order. That such intervention by Washington, especially in Latin America, is not unprecedented does not make it right. In fact, it only adds to the litany of historical wrongs. Maduro was not the first head of state captured by the U.S. The first Philippine president, Emilio Aguinaldo, was taken by American occupation forces in 1901. So there's also Panamanian general and de facto leader Manuel Noriega, who has previously enjoyed U.S. support. He was taken in 1990 after a U.S. military invasion of the country, which was the biggest operation since Vietnam. course, we all remember Saddam Hussein was caught in 2003 hiding in a spider hole. So interventions in the affairs of other countries do not necessarily lead to desired outcomes, and all too often they lead to far worse consequences. Downfall of Saddam Hussein led to the power vacuum that gave us ISIS. Libya was likewise plunged into turmoil and hasn't had a cohesive government since. And then, that was when Gaddafi was Gaddafi'd. That's kind of like, that still haunts me to this day. Like, whether he deserved it or not, just like getting thrown to a mob that like rips you apart piece by piece and shoves a knife up your rectum.
I mean, that happened to what's his name?
Gaddafi, yeah.
Not a Gaddafi, but it also happened to the Italian dictator Mussolini.
Oh, it did it?
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
hadn't
he
heard
was
about that
drugged.
one.
Yeah, I believe he was beaten and dragged behind a car, and then like all that stuff. His body was hung up. Him and his wife's body were hung up in public for like a while.
Oh shit.
Now that part I think I did know. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's crazy too is Mussolini's family is still active in Italy politically.
Well, is the former president of Italy from like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now, but wasn't he like a descendant of Mussolini, or at least claimed to be?
I don't know about that. I know his granddaughter got into like a flame war online with Jim Carrey because Jim Carrey.
Oh, maybe he married maybe someone from the family or something. I can't remember the guy's name.
Maybe.
Yeah, I cannot. He was super corrupt.
Shocking.
Right? But this article goes on to talk about how the pretext for abducting Maduro is also disturbing. The idea that non-traditional security threats like drug trafficking and illegal immigration justify the use of military force against neighbors is pretty dangerous. Instability in Myanmar reared industrial-scale illegal gambling and scam operations targeting the Chinese public, among others. Does it give China a license to attack Myanmar? The U.S. can use force to reaccess Venezuelan oil and compel Caracas to pay debt owed to U.S. companies. This will put alleged Chinese debt trap diplomacy to shame. Being financed and built various infrastructure projects under its massive Belt and Road Initiative, its companies have mining and petroleum assets worldwide. Is China now justified to employ force if host countries nationalize their investments or refuse to service their debts? Now, the one thing I would say is if China was interested in doing those things, they probably would have done them anyways. I don't know if international face saving things they'd do it if they thought they needed to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, this is part of the geopolitical strategy you have to think of when you make big moves, is you are making it way harder to ever talk somebody else out of it should they decide they need to do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, fuck. It's all about splitting everything up and giving money to the few.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what they're getting at here is this, what does this do in terms of all future decisions for geopolitical strategy? Is this a green light for China and Russia to use more force?
Well, it's crazy to me that we try to enforce our drug laws on them when we have made it clear that the United States president is not the U.S. citizens aren't even like held under the International Criminal Court. Like the United States is not
right
like part of that, which is crazy when you think about it.
So looking to another, this is a European. So we're looking at a Chinese source. Now we're looking at a European source, kind of getting the world perspective on what's happening with America from here. This is coming from the European Union Institute for Security Studies. It's tracking the fallout of the U.S. ousting of Maduro. So it talks about how the U.S. operation that led to the capture of Maduro has had ripple effects across the world. It showed that the U.S. will use all means at its disposal to reshape the Western Hemisphere. It sent a warning to regional actors who may oppose U.S. plans and signaled to global adversaries that the Americas are off limits. It also offered new ideas for dealing with hostile governments or runaway vessels. But the lesson for Latin America, this group is saying, is take U.S. threats seriously. To Russia, it's never let a crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
To China, it's outright condemnation. China condemned the abduction, and the operation took place while a Chinese delegation was visiting the country. And there is no evidence that the U.S. operations in Venezuela will serve as a blueprint for China with regard to Taiwan. China is leveraging events in Venezuela to advance its narrative that the West, and above all the U.S., is to blame for the crises and tensions in the world, which right now, like, that whether or not that's true at any given moment in time in the last 50 years, it's certainly hard to run away from that blame right now. And China's trying to consolidate a coalition of countries around this shared attribution of blame. At the UN, China is now positioning itself as the defender of Latin American countries against the bullying acts of the United States, and more generally as a responsible power in favor of peace. So Trump, while he's trying to say that like Venezuela is being used by China and other countries as like a safe haven to transport and as like a hub for various crimes, China's now using this as an opportunity to come in and say, "Hey, we're actually protecting you, and America's going to bully you." Like that's a huge misstep by Trump if that narrative actually succeeds. And it doesn't matter what we think; it matters what the Middle East or what the Central American people think.
Yeah. I mean, two things can be true at the same time as well.
Yeah. The Middle East and North Africa, between cautious silence and taking the hint. So again, they're going to think that these guys are actually going to be bullied. And then Tehran has reason to be concerned. Africa has to choose between sovereignty and pragmatism. I guess that's kind of that is always that's everyone's choice when you're not one of the superpowers, right?
Yeah,
sovereignty
exactly.
or pragmatism.
Yeah, totally.
And then the last question we have from the mailbag.
But I think we missed one, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, didn't we have this story about?
Oh, will there be a second government shutdown over the Affordable Health Care Act or Affordable Care Act?
No, this is one of when was the story posted? That was the 8th. Okay, 10 days ago. So they are extending the. So they did extend the subsidies. So that's the biggest thing about that. I was mostly curious about that. I actually didn't know if they had.
Well, so the House passed it, but now the Senate might be effing things up.
Well, they need to because people cannot afford their bills right now.
So yeah, this is another CNBC article. President Donald Trump rolled out the broad outline of a healthcare plan that the White House claims will lower drug prices and insurance premiums. The Trump administration's initiative is dubbed the Great Healthcare Plan because he only knows a few descriptive words. And the president said yes. The announcement came as Congress's effort to extend key Affordable Care Act tax credits faces headwinds from Senate Republicans. So Trump basically is kind of distracting from passing the bill that the House entered by doing his own new plan here. And so the president rolled out the broad outline, again, these concepts of a plan. And it came as congressional effort to extend the ACA credits faces headwinds in the Senate, leaving millions at risk. The Trump administration, well, we already called it. Trump says he's calling on Congress to pass this framework into law without delay. The plan would codify the deals Trump recently struck with major drug makers to slash certain prescription drugs in the U.S. by paying them to lower prices abroad. Excuse me. More than a dozen pharmaceutical companies agreed to lower prices on certain products of Medicaid in exchange for a 3-year exemption from tariffs. So that's what he's using his tariffs as a negotiation tactic, not because of any actual emergency.
Yeah, and that's why and so we couldn't be able to use emergency acts for that. I know how it's it's amazing. It's amazing he's allowed to get away with that.
Yeah, but the new proposal comes as senators remain at loggerheads on a deal to extend the now lapsed ACA subsidies. A bipartisan group of senators has been working for weeks on a way forward, but hit a snag recently on language relating to the Hyde Amendment, a statute that bars the use of federal funds for abortion services. The White House plan notably leaves out an extension of the ACA subsidies, which Democrats are demanding be extended as part of any healthcare deal. So the White House has not publicly put forward a proposal until Thursday, but Trump has repeatedly said he wants the funds to go directly to patients rather than insurance companies. But again, this is just Trump fucking things up because we had a deal from the House, just needed the Senate to confirm it. Now there's a whole new deal from Trump, and if this is the way we're going, it's got to be completely redone in both houses of government, and it doesn't have the ACA subsidies in it, so that's going to be renegotiated if this is the way we're going. Fuck.
Joy.
And a White House official on Thursday said the plan does not close the door on extending the subsidies, but lays out the president's preferences. Okay.
And it's always about his preferences.
Maybe we can just trigger an invasion of Greenland. Like maybe we can convince a rogue military unit to go into Greenland and then be like, "Oh, look it, he did it. Impeach him, remove him now, please."
I wish. I know, right? Our own little false flag. That's so awful.
I mean, couldn't you just like send some of those? I guess they're all ICE agents now, so it wouldn't really work. But you get a lot of those Proud Boys from like red states that want to like invade and shit. So let them go. Let them go to Iceland or Greenland or whatever the fuck.
Whatever. Yeah.
That's the thing, though. That's how Trump will do it. It'll be like, should we do it? Should we finally invade them? All right, I declare war on Iceland. Let's go ahead. And it'll be like, no, sir, I thought it was Greenland. Whatever, Iceland too. We're doing Iceland too now.
I'm sorry, I confuse those two sometimes.
But that's what Trump's gonna do too. And then he's gonna invade multiple countries just so he doesn't look stupid.
Thanks.
By the way, so the other day I got this new Tabasco sauce that's amazing. It is a raspberry chipotle Tabasco sauce. If you guys ever see this, buy it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not a Tabasco guy.
Me neither. I don't do.
You know,
it tastes like, I don't know, vinegar.
It doesn't actually taste. This one doesn't taste really like Tabasco at all. It tastes just like it's amazing. It tastes like raspberries. It's
spicy raspberries. Yeah.
Kind of, yes. It's amazing.
All right, so now for real, the last question. Can Democrats win back voters and control Congress in the 2026 midterms? How do you see this going, Brandon?
Fuck, hope so. It's funny. I have a story about that later on because I saw you post about this and remind me of something else. I do think that there's a good chance we take back some key seats in the midterms. Only because it's not just based on the fact that Trump has a terrible reputation and history with midterms.
Well, and I think it's almost a certainty that we're going to take back the House.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's almost what that's pretty much what always happens in the first midterm of a new president. In the first midterm from Trump's first term, the Democrats gained 40 seats in the House. That was when AOC was first elected. Which it's crazy that like 2018, she's only been a congressperson now for not even 8 years yet, and it feels like she's been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 years is a significant amount of time, but it feels much longer.
This whole last 12 years has felt very long.
I mean, didn't COVID last for like 10?
10? COVID was in 2020. It's only been 6 years.
COVID itself lasted like 2-3 years, but technically we're still in it, so you could argue that it's still going.
Yeah, I mean, COVID didn't.
But the actual thing of it was like 2-3 years.
That was a joke, guys. It feels like it's been much longer than only a couple years since.
Yeah, the last 6 weeks the last 6 months has only been 6 weeks.
I'm not gonna lie, the pandemic was fun to me. I gotta stay in my house, not do anything. It was great.
Oh, it was too good for me. It was I have an excuse to stay inside. Yes, please.
Yeah, I don't have to see people. Holy shit!
I don't have to leave the
house.
Live
the way I always live. I just have a reason for it.
Although when you have to go to the store to get food, then you have to be around mouth breathers and people who don't understand how masks work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when I got my DoorDash subscription. Finally, was during COVID.
I couldn't afford to do that, but yeah, I would have absolutely done that.
So there's a good article from Slate here that I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's about is a blue wave on the horizon. You're going to want to read this and kind of it gives you a pretty realistic thing on what's going to happen here. how does it compare to 2017 and 2018? Even in 2017, when Democrats won these gubernatorial elections and we're all feeling good in roughly the same way as right now, the candidate in Virginia beat his polling, but the candidate in New Jersey didn't. And we just had a new Virginia governor, Spamberger, and the Democrats took control of both houses of government there too, and they have control of everything in Virginia, and they're going to do a huge agenda now to like lock in voting to get a couple more House seats for the Democrats, and do a lot of other protections for healthcare and abortion rights and anti-immigration, anti-ICE legislation. So Virginia's looking good. Just as a little aside. Um, but this article is just kind of trying to explain that like it's not necessarily like, I think it's kind of trying to tamp down so that you don't get too crazy. But I do think it's hard not to see how these special elections have been going the last year. If Trump's name isn't on the ballot, the Republicans don't win these elections. That's just kind of how it's been in the Trump era.
Actually, it's funny. In midterm, the people that Trump pushes for, they lose even worse.
And one of the things that I think holds the Democrats' chances back the most is the fact that the Democratic leaders kind of suck right now. Like Schumer especially, but even Jeffries in the House is not very inspiring lately. And the parties, the dismal view of the party leaders seems to be baked in to the electorate already. So the fact that our leaders suck doesn't seem to be dimming our actual chances. Because like CNN just took a poll, Democrats are deeply motivated for the midterms despite having dismal view of party leaders. So that's good news because we don't have better leaders right now.
Yeah, I agree. The actual leadership, especially, I mean, it all starts with Schumer.
Yep.
But I mean, it does work down from there. It's all over.
Yeah, and the poll found a majority of Americans consider the first year of Trump's second term to be a failure, with just 29% of independents approving his job. In 2018, when Democrats won back the House in Trump's first term, Democrats had a similar 5-point edge among registered voters at around the same point in the year. In 2022, when Republicans won a narrow majority during Biden's administration, voters were about evenly split. So approval for congressional Democratic leaders stands at just 28%, which is even below Republican leaders. They see their party's caucus as failing, particularly short compared with rank-and-file expectations for Republican policies. Extremely motivated Democratic-aligned voters are more likely than those who are less motivated to say Democrats in Congress aren't doing enough. They're also more likely to say that they don't feel represented at all by government. So as in other recent election cycles, the overall public mood at the start of 2026 remains generally bleak. Most call the economy poor. Among the group that feels that way, which tilts Democratic, a quote, change in political leadership is as popular a remedy as bringing down inflation. Roughly 3/4 of Republicans approve of the GOP's congressional leaders, while just 48% of Democrats approve of their party's leaders. So, yeah, there you go. And hopefully that means when we put in, that's why so many progressive Democrats are trying to get progressive candidates into the primary, because if we can primary some of these establishment Dems, then when we have younger and more progressive candidates in position to catch the blue wave, we get a new class in there, and maybe we elect new leadership in Congress. That's the hope. So that's what we got from the mailbag. Brandon, do you want to tell us a little bit about what's going on in Minneapolis? Of course, all the world's attention, or at least all the American attention right now, is on Minneapolis.
Yes. In Minneapolis, of course, as we're seeing we know there's the shooting of Renee Good, and that has put a lot of stress against ICE, of course, in a good, which is good. In that area, of course, that is, like you said, made it a kind of a focal point for the entire country to look at. Of course, Trump is doing what he's always doing. He's trying to blame the Democrats, saying that the only reason why Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz are even talking about this and opposing it so much is because they're trying to distract from the fraud case that they claim is costing $10 billion. No, $18 billion in federal funds. There's no By the way, evidence of that. This is just him talking.
Same as it ever is, never ending.
Yes. Of course, he has continued to threaten to use the Insurrection Act in order to bring in the military into these areas. And the biggest takeaway on this is that apparently there are 2 battalions standing by, ready to go to Minnesota if Trump were to ask them to.
Isn't that just like fucking what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, we have 2 battalions of U.S. soldiers ready to possibly invade U.S. soil, which is wow.
Like, I would hope they would refuse. You know what I mean? Like, I'd hope they'd say, no, this is an illegal order. We're not doing this.
You would think so, but I do wonder. I mean, I don't know if the rank and file would even have the wherewithal to do that. You know.
Well, it would
I
have
feel
to
like-
come from their unit commanders, like their
Yeah.
particular. Yeah.
Exactly. Also, a couple of days ago, the judge did restrict the tactics ICE that can be using when they are deployed. I believe it has to do more with distance, how far they have to stay away from people, and how far they have to stay away from vehicles, and all of that is something that should have already been established. Though ICE is not law enforcement; they are immigration enforcement. They're not cops.
Yeah.
They don't get to stop people randomly and just act like policemen. They're not police. They have not been to police academy. You know, with
to
Richard
utilize
Winslow.
Catch-22.
Yeah. If you,
'Cause
you can't, huh?
Like, ICE doesn't have any power over a citizen, but if they're not sure if they're a citizen, they can detain them until they prove that they're a citizen.
Yeah.
Thanks to Catch-22.
Pam Bondi did a post as well the other day. There's also funny thing known as above the law, which is funny coming from anybody.
She
in
posted
her-
that, really?
Yeah.
Your boss? I don't think your boss likes you posting this.
That's what I said. But in the there's various other stories. But like the biggest takeaway there was that there is 2 battalions supposedly on standby, ready to go to Minnesota.
So obviously, if you can, something that I've done for Minnesota is donated to the bail fund there, which helps bail people out that get arrested for protesting. Obviously, there's also other protest-friendly groups you can donate to. I definitely suggest, if you have any spare money, that don't extend yourself. Don't spend money you need. But if you have any spare money to donate to different groups in Minneapolis, you can go online. You can go to places you trust that to give you recommendations. But I know there's a Minneapolis bail bond fund that is definitely worth donating to and is completely on the level. And unless you had did you have anything else either Minneapolis or in another topic?
I mean, I had 2 other stories here that if you want to talk about. I mean,
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
I
do it,
wasn't
yeah.
sure if you were saying you were.
Yeah. Well, I was just kind of tacking on to one of the stories you were talking about with the midterms and all that. Trump has once again floated trying to cancel the midterms.
Right. Yep.
And this is like the second, third time he's done this. And he this time he said, what was it? I won't say cancel the election. They should cancel the election because the fake news will say he wants the election canceled. He's a dictator. They always call me a dictator.
They always call me a dictator just because I keep telling everybody what should be done, and I question anybody who questions me. Just because I keep dictating things, they call me a dictator.
Because I kind of want to send you to prison if you question me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always liked the line from Animaniacs. It's like, should I call you Dick or Mr. Tater?
I don't know that one, but that's great.
Yeah.
But that's just another tack on there. Oh yeah, he also said you'll like this part. He also says that the reason why the Republicans need to make sure that they win into midterms is so that he doesn't get impeached.
Huh?
So Trump says the reason why Republicans need to win is so that he won't be impeached.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, my brain
Which I mean,
skipped a beat there.
it's okay. Yeah, he was. Which I mean, it wouldn't be funny if he got impeached again. That'd be 3 impeachments on one president, right?
I mean, impeachment's great and all, but
Yep.
they need to actually throw his ass in jail.
Or throw him out of office at least.
At
Get him out the
least.
fuck out of office. That's yeah. I
Well, and
agree.
so
I
much of
agree.
this stuff, like, because of the stupid Supreme Court decision that, like, he's immune for official acts, like, now you have this whole other bar to clear to try him, that, like, oh, was this an official act or not? Like, does this fall into purview or not? And it's like, okay, well, if we impeach him, at least then we don't have to have that argument. We can say, well, we impeached him for it, so it doesn't matter. he can be tried.
Or all those Big Macs could just do their fucking job. That'd be great.
The Big Macs, yeah.
If all the Big Macs and Diet Coke could do their fucking job, that'd be awesome. Come on, cholesterol. Let's go, cholesterol.
Let's go.
I think we should absolutely reelect Mayor McCheese and Constable Big Mac.
Let's just get a lard IV and hook it to his veins.
They're not gonna agree to work with a Hamburglar, bro.
He is the Hamburglar.
He's a fucking Hamburglar.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Immigrants.
Like,
So I want to hear about this last story of the conservative influencer that was chased out of
I
town.
just watched the video
yes.
before we started recording. It's so funny.
We were talking about this. That's the reason why I tacked this story onto there. So basically, there's a far right guy that came in. His Jake Lang. I have no idea who this motherfucker is, but apparently his goal was to burn a Quran, and in front of an anti-ICE protest. Didn't go well. Did not go well. The funniest part to me of the story was the fact that he figured his people would have his back. No one actually really showed up to support him. It was really like him and like 3 other people versus an entire angry mob.
So the video I saw showed him like backed into a corner and people throwing water balloons at him in Minneapolis, okay, in the middle of winter. With snow on the ground and ice on the ground, they're throwing water balloons and hitting him with water like super soakers.
Hey man, he wants ice. He got some ice.
So, and then he like legitimately was backed into like onto this. It looked like it was like a shelf on like outside of a building to like a window, and he's like up there. He's like has his hands up like I give, leave me alone. Can you leave me alone? He's surrounded by hundreds, if not thousands of people, all yelling at him to leave the city.
Hey, you know what? He wanted the attention. He got his attention.
Yeah. He just didn't get the way he wanted. So.
Oh, I think Han wants in.
Oh, does she? Hold on. Hold on, Han.
I can't tell. She said she just messaged me.
I'll turn it back on.
She says, "Let me in. Let me in."
All right, I turned it back on. See if she can jump in.
All right. Wait. Oh, wait. Is she on the wrong page? Never mind. What are you doing?
You need to go to the twitch.tv/ADHP live. That's where you can join in.
Wait. Okay. All right. I don't know what she's doing. Anyhow, yeah, but yeah, they chased this asshole out of town. I do know that. I do know that he got pretty much the shit slapped out of him by a couple of people, which is, I'm not gonna support violence, but if you're going to do Nazi shit and people do shit that happens to Nazis to you,
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense,
Yeah, like you don't want these people in your town. This is what you got to do.
Yeah, that's called it's good old running out of town.
It's not like they tarred and feathered him.
Unfortunately, that would have been a good time too.
All right, I added her. Where'd she go?
Oh.
I don't know, but
But we can go to Let's Geek.
Let's go on to the geek.
Yeah.
If Han shows up. Oh wait, hold
there
on.
there she is. Hold on.
Where is she? Oh, there she is. Han.
All right.
Hey Han. Hey, welcome back to the show.
I've just been busy. I had surgery on Tuesday.
Oh, did
I
it go
didn't know.
okay?
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's just like putting in another lens into my left eye.
Another lens? How many lenses do you have in your left eye now?
2. It's fun.
You just
Oh, yeah.
collecting them?
I'm just collecting all the lenses. I'm getting like ultra vision. Like fighter
Did you
pilots
ever-
had nothing on me.
Did you hear about the woman? She was an older lady that she went to the doctor because she was complaining about pain and pressure in her eye, and they found out that she had a stack of contact lenses.
Okay,
Oh, I saw
for a
that.
second,
Together
I
in the
remember
back
seeing
of her
that, but
eye.
I swear to God, I thought you were gonna say something cursed. Like I thought you were gonna say something cursed. Like she had like a spider in her eye or something. I
No,
thought you were
no,
gonna say
no.
something cursed like that. I
She
was gonna be
never
like,
took
stop.
she never took her contact lenses out. She just wore them till they disappeared.
God damn
Oh
it.
my God.
I wonder how much space is well. There's quite a lot of space behind the eyes, but like, girl,
Yeah, it took
like you're
apparently it took a
taught
while
from
to
day
build up
one to
enough
like
for
take
her
off
to
your
notice.
contacts. Like, did she just think you just dissolve or something? Like stitches?
I know. It's
probably
like, where did you
nothing
think
right
they
there.
just went away?
Um,
The body absorbed it.
I do know that. I do know that if you get tapeworms, they can end up in your eyeball.
Okay, shut up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and if you look in there with
Ooh.
one of those lights, you can see them floating around. I love doing
Oh,
this to her.
those are
Yeah,
eye floaters.
What?
Eye
No,
floaters.
No, eye floaters are literally just pieces of dust or whatever stuck on the surface of your eye. No,
Wait,
these are
floaters
actual.
in your vision? No, floaters in your vision is when a vitreous humor in your eye moving around. It's just the jelly of your eye moving around.
They can also just be like dust stuck in the jelly of your eye, which is
It,
why when you taste it,
it doesn't. That jelly stuck. There's no jelly stuck in your eye. Like if that happened ever, like you'd lose your eye. The eye is like stupid sensitive.
you can get
Also,
busted
fun
out.
fact: the body's immune system and the eye's immune system are completely different. Sometimes that's why people with autoimmune diseases will go blind.
I actually knew
Is that why the
because I
eye
had-
isn't covered by your normal healthcare?
No, that's because
Yeah, it's really
I think
stupid though. I don't understand why. That's
capitalism
American
sucks.
healthcare for you.
Is capitalism a shit way to run things?
Yeah, eyes and teeth. That's different. That's not your health.
You don't need eyes to be healthy.
Or teeth. They're saying teeth are luxury bones. You don't need those.
It's so stupid because there's so many papers out there that show if people who don't but think about it this way, like your teeth, the blood vessels in your teeth are like right by your brain, and if you have gum disease, you're at higher risk for heart disease and dementia. I mean, it's gonna
Oh.
make sense, right?
We straight tell people if they get their dogs don't get their cavities fixed, it leads to heart disease. Which
Yeah, same thing with humans.
we'll tell
Yeah.
them like the dog will likely get heart disease later in its life. They're like from cavities. Like yes, from cavities.
Yeah. I know Sweepy had to have like 10 teeth extracted, but that was because we adopted her from the shelter and she was neglected and in a puppy mill. That's like a breeding dog, so that's why she had shit teeth from when we got her. And we did try brushing her teeth every day, but it wasn't enough. Like brushing teeth and cleaning, but it wasn't enough because the first 3 years was obviously very formative for her teeth, so that healthcare never happened. But yeah,
Yeah.
take care
So,
of your
Han,
teeth, people. Yeah, what's up?
did you have something in particular you wanted to bring up today?
Yes,
Or
I was listening in, and you guys were talking about Jake Lang in Minneapolis,
yeah.
and I have some friends in Minneapolis, specifically my Hmong friends are in Minneapolis because of course I do. I've been seeing like these pictures of Jake Lang getting like bitch slapped straight to the face with like a woman with like these cunty 3-inch long like Barbie pink acrylics. Like I think you guys have seen those, right? I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Brandon, I think I showed it to you. Yeah,
You showed me, yeah.
yeah. It's just like absolute iconic, cunty as fuck. I'm getting those.
You're gonna get the nails?
The kind of nails that allow you that don't allow you to type properly.
Yeah, they don't allow you to type properly. They also don't allow you to wipe properly.
Oh my
But
God!
God damn it. What the fuck?
you
I never
know,
thought about this. Now
poison,
I'm
like
not
+2
shaking anyone's
poison
hand.
damage for every 5 seconds for like a
Oh,
month.
dude.
I'm not complaining about that.
I'm absolutely never gonna shake someone's hand if they have long ass fingernails because
I know. I just
Well,
I
make
know
sure
that
make
those
sure they
nails are
like
gonna be
clean
used
it
as-
because I used to have long nails and I would always have like a nail like brush or like a toothbrush that would be like just on the side and they would just be. I would always clean my nails. I'm a clean person. I like my nails.
Okay, I thought you were about to say I wiped with a toothbrush, and I was like, that's weird.
Like, sorry. You're doing it Roman style now,
I'm
man.
Go.
Oh wow.
So I'm looking up the picture right now, and it looks like something like the photo I'm getting is like out of a horror movie, where there's just like this hand with these long pink nails just like coming from behind him and covering his face, and then it says infidel across his chest, which is
It's
hilarious.
so cunty. Such a cunty
Oh
image.
wow.
There was this I've been seeing on my Facebook page, like some nail tech doing like making long nails, like depicting the scene. I think one scene was like, oh, that ice agent slipping on ice, and then another one of Jake Lang getting bitch slapped in the face. Also, can I swear on the stream or you guys can get demonetized?
Fuck no!
we're-
Don't you dare fucking swear.
We're
No,
not.
you fucking swear, I fucking-
We're
Okay, we're not monetized.
We're not monetized.
Yeah, with all, yeah.
You want to give us some money? You can swear all you want.
Yeah, you're gonna
You wanna
demonetize our
be, you wanna be a
dollars? What the
venture
fuck?
capitalist and invest?
Yeah,
Anyway.
sure. Go ahead.
We got a Patreon. Oh,
Jesus
But,
Christ, I just,
but yeah, unless there's any more words on the protester, we can go to What's Geek this week.
All right.
geek it up.
Let's do this shit.
And feel free to hang out, hon.
Welcome
Oh
to
yeah, I'm just gonna be
What's
listening
Geek
in for the most part.
this week. We're going over the coolest in pop culture category news. Let's dive in.
All right. Yes. So I grabbed a few things. The first one I had to update because turns out what I saw was not correct. I was so excited to see that the potential for another Indiana Jones movie was actually a thing, and apparently that is not true. But it looks like
How old is he now? Anyway, Harrison Ford.
he's in his early 80s right now. He turned 82 last year. So he's
It
gonna
needs
be
it.
80.
Oh man, I'm surprised you actually like remember that.
I only know this because when they announced that they're doing another movie, it's like by the time this movie comes out, he's going to be in his 80s, and I wasn't wrong. So it took him like 4 years to fucking release that movie, and that movie was garbage. I didn't
I
like it.
agree.
I didn't like it.
I have not liked Indiana Jones the first one. Honestly, I haven't seen him. I refuse to see the Crystal Skull. And
Seriously? I watched as a kid and I liked that one a lot, but it's also because it was my first Indiana Jones movie
You're
and
a
like I'm
kid. Yeah, you're a
stupid.
kid.
Yeah,
No,
stop.
yeah.
So, I mean,
and
you get a pass if it's your first one as a kid. So yeah, I mean it's
yeah,
not
compared
Yeah.
to the other,
it's not great, but it's
I'm
not
exempt.
horrible. Yeah.
is there
I
aliens
liked
in it?
I liked it all the way up to the very end when it shows that the ruins. Spoiler alert, folks. The ruins that they're in is actually built on top of a UFO, and it starts to
Yeah, I
take
was gonna
off.
say, isn't there aliens and stuff? Like, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
the,
heard. I'm
the
like, I'm
skull
out,
itself
right
is
there.
actually an interdimensional being, and when they return the skull back to the ruins, basically the being like shifted from its timeline to ours, and then like the whole ship starts to like take off.
That's dumb.
I
It's
mean,
all
I
dumb.
do not remember
I-
that.
I-
For the most part, I
I
you
was
go.
gonna say
Sorry.
I recommend everyone watching it at least once. That way they can have an opinion on it, whether they like it or not. I mean, there are parts of it that I really liked, but there was a lot that I didn't like too. So, but this is what it says here on this comicbook.com article. When Disney acquired Lucasfilm back in 2012, the House of Mouse didn't just gain access to Star Wars, and other classic Hollywood properties found its way to Disney's umbrella. Indiana Jones, it took a while, but eventually the long-awaited fifth Indiana Jones movie, The Dial of Destiny, was made its way to theaters. Directed by James Mangold, which was, I think, it's a mistake. They should have had Spielberg do it again because he did the first four. The film received general positive reviews, but struggled to click with audiences. Dial of Destiny bombed at the box office, grossing just $383.9 million worldwide. As Kathleen Kennedy steps down from Lucasfilm president, fans have been learning more about the states of Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises. With regard to the latter, The Wrap revealed that 2 proposed Indiana Jones TV shows were scrapped. The first was an animated series that was set in between the mainline movies, chronicling Indy's various adventures. The other was a live-action spin-off about Abner Ravenwood, Marion's father and Indiana Jones' mentor. Kennedy also discussed the future of Indiana Jones in her exit interview with Deadline. I don't think Indy will ever be done, but I don't think anyone is interested right now in exploring it, she said. But these are timeless movies, and Indy will never be done. You never know. But we are all still here, Steven Spielberg and Frank Marcelli, and I, and Harrison Ford, and George Lucas. So we get to say whether there's going to be any more or not. Honestly, I think they should let Ford retire or do whatever he wants to do, and let somebody else play the part. I'm good with it. They're doing a reboot and starting over. I'm cool with that. As long as the stories are as epic as they originally were, I don't care who plays Indiana Jones.
Yeah, where's that Aaron Eckhart or whatever his name was that did young Han Solo?
Oh
Get
yeah,
him to be Indy.
that guy would be good. I think the guy who was just in the what was that movie? Fuck, Running. God damn it, brain fart. Running Man. The guy who was in Running Man. I think he.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, I think he should do it. I think he should be the new.
That's an excellent choice. That's an excellent choice.
Yeah. I just watched that too, by the way. Great fucking movie. I like that version of it. But yeah, I'm sad that we didn't get the animated Indiana Jones because the guy who voices Indy in the video game sounds just like Ford, and so we could easily have an Indiana Jones animated series or movie or whatever. So, all right. Next story I have here is those of you that are watching or listening that are of a Gen X or millennial brain, you'll probably remember MTV back in the day when they actually played music. There is a website that is called MTV Rewind, and it basically you can set it on whatever genre of MTV you like, and it will play a random video every 3 minutes. So it'll play a whole video and then go on to another one. There's TRL. There's 120 minutes. There's Unplugged. There's Metal Shop. No, not Metal Shop. Headbangers Ball. It's really cool. Actually, when you first click on the website, it plays the very first clip that they did on MTV back in the day, which is like the countdown of the launch of the rockets and the introductions of all the VJs, and then it starts playing the Buggles video. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah,
I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right. But this is what it says here on the Nerdist website. In 2025, we bid farewell to the best part of MTV, and no, we do not mean endless hours of ridiculousness. We mean the very reason why the network had its name in the first place, and why we fell in love with it, music videos. Without videos and no new interesting shows centered around music and entertainment, it simply feels like a shell of a space. But we can capture a piece of that nostalgia with I Want My MTV Rewind, an interactive website that features music videos and shows from the past few decades. And it's actually pretty cool. I when it first came across my Facebook feed, I was like, oh, what is this? I clicked on it, and it played that opening clip, and then started playing the music, and then I just let it play in the background for a while, and it was like back in the day. I don't know. I mean, you guys are all like 10 years younger than me, so I don't know how much of the original MTV you guys remember.
No, I wasn't allowed to watch MTV growing up.
What? Oh wow. You were in
It's a,
a religious household?
I think so. They
like,
just mentioned
that
MTV.
doping
Like
down.
I think isn't MTV like it used to be like for music, right? And now it's just
It's all reality
I never
shows
watched
now.
TV, so I don't know
Yeah,
this.
no. Back in the '80s when it started, it was just music
Oh man,
videos.
my
They
parents
played.
weren't even in the U.S. by then.
Yeah, no. It just played music videos like radio stations play songs. So you put on MTV at certain times of day, you get certain styles of music. Throughout most of the day, it played whatever was popular, and at night during like the prime time era, you would have like 120 minutes UMTV raps, depending on the day of the week. Every day was a different show. On weekends, I think it was Headbangers Ball, which played a lot of heavy metal and like hard rock stuff. All this stuff is available on this website if you guys want to check it out. And if you're like me and old and remember back in the day, this will bring back the nostalgic for you. All right. So next story, James Gunn reveals official status update on the DCU, including Batman movie and some other rumors. This is also posted on comicbook.com. This is where I get a lot of the stories a lot lately, honestly. It says anticipation for next year's Batman, the Batman Part 2 continues to mount thanks to recent additions of Scarlett Johansson and Sebastian Stan in the cast. It can be easy to forget that there's another live-action Batman film in the works. DC Studios has been developing The Brave and the Bold, a new take on the Cape Crusader that will take place in the main DC canon. Matt Reeves' Batman epic crime saga continues to exist in its own separate continuity. Having simultaneously live-action films series revolving around the same superhero is something that hasn't been attempted before. Largely because DC is afraid that people are going to get confused. I remember them talking about how they didn't want to have Superman or Batman on TV because they had them in movies, and they didn't want people to be like, well, how's this different? Or why is this different? It's dumb. I'm glad that James Gunn is in charge of this shit because he understands how that kind of stuff works.
Yeah,
So
and speaking of the Matt Reeves Batman universe, I just started watching the Penguin series, which has been amazing so far.
I haven't seen that yet. The last one I watched, and this shows how long it's been since I watched anything, was the Gotham series.
Yeah, no, this is set in this is the continuation of the Robert Pattinson Batman movie.
yeah,
I haven't seen them.
Oh, so you should definitely see that.
yeah, it's
I
actually
did-
really
I-
good.
I want to see that. That's the Batman, right?
Yeah,
Yes. And
Yeah,
it's more of like a crime drama than it is a superhero action
yeah.
movie.
That is why I want to see it, because I do like Batman in all of his forms, but I prefer Batman in his like detective form,
Yeah, and this is Detective
Like,
Batman very
yeah.
much.
and it's supposed to be an earlier Batman too, right?
Yeah, it's like year 2 Batman.
Yeah, and see, that's another. And I like that plays into the canonicity of Batman, because when he was younger, he was a much more of a detective. So
Yeah, and I to be honest, I wanted more detective work from it, but you still get a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's still
That's good.
centered on that.
I mean, it's a 2-hour movie, but
Yes.
it was I liked it better than I liked the Dark Knight. And
really?
Those movies are supposed to be like centered in reality, like what would Batman be in the real world and not a superhero comic book. And I think this movie is able to do that without like taking away.
It's even
from the
more
story.
grounded. It's
Yeah.
even more grounded. Yeah.
I do hear that he's a little bit too brutal. Like the no kill rule seems to be more of a insinuation.
I don't know. I don't know if he kills anybody.
I don't remember him killing anyone, but I do know that he.
There's some brutal fists.
Yeah,
but
he does some
I don't know
serious
that he.
beatdowns for sure.
Then again, in the Arkham games as well, I'm pretty sure he kills people. In
Yeah,
there,
he's
too.
definitely like. There's definitely an undercurrent of he's like work. He's still his. It's still so fresh for him that he's still working out his anger issues by beating
Yeah.
faces in.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
but the Penguin though, the Penguin is, I like it better than the Batman movie so far. Like it's that good. It's because like the Batman was great, but it wasn't like my favorite movie in the world. The Penguin's fucking awesome. Like it's prestige television.
it's
Huh,
basically
nice.
a gangster show, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, I like it better than Sopranos.
Wow.
Interesting. Now, what's it on? Is it on Paramount or?
It's on
What
on
have I
HBO
been?
Max.
God damn it! That's
Yeah.
one I don't have. I am not trying to buy HBO Max.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it!
Yeah. I have it if you want to watch it.
But the crazy part is it's Colin Farrell playing the Penguin, and
Yeah.
at no point ever would you have guessed that.
Yeah.
Ever.
He was
I watch it. I'm like, this is Colin Farrell. This is not Colin Farrell. They're tricking us.
totally unrecognizable in that show. And,
Yeah.
and in the movie for that matter. I didn't know that was
From
him.
voice to act, from voice to look to eyes to everything.
Yeah.
Like,
He
yeah.
sounds like he sounds like he grew up in Chicago when you listen to him speak.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's only one. There's only one Penguin to me though. Danny DeVito.
I know. But he's so good in this other kind of Penguin,
Oh,
like in
man.
the more realistic, like I'm a mob boss.
He's a
I
yeah.
did. I
He's
did
like a mob
like.
man.
I did like the Gotham take on Penguin. To be honest
I
with you,
did too actually.
I really liked that take on Penguin. Although my favorite take on Penguin, to be honest with you, is the Arkham City series. That is my favorite like rendition of that
The
character
video
they've ever
games?
done. The video games.
Yeah.
Just did you ever play them?
I read a lot about them, but I never actually got to play them. This is like Arkham
They-
Asylum and
Yeah,
those.
Arkham City.
Yeah. Like in this one, like instead of like how it was the fucking monocle, it was literally a bottle that somebody had broken in half and shoved into his head.
Oh shit.
And so it was like shoved over his eye, and he couldn't get it out without killing himself. So he could like constantly walk around like monocle looking thing.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was like that's actually very cool. Not
Yeah.
realistic, but very cool.
It doesn't have to be realistic, man. It just has to be entertaining.
It was very
Oh.
entertaining.
Before you move on to the next story, Todd, while we're talking about James Gunn, I learned this week from Doug Loves Movies that there is a movie from 1999. It's called The Specials. Have you heard of this, Todd?
The
It's
Specials.
about it's a superhero movie, but it's about the 7th most popular superhero group, which is
funny.
The Specials, and it's written by James Gunn and directed by Craig Mazin. Like I'm like, that's a fucking dynamic duo right there. Like how this movie's gonna be awesome.
I have not heard of it, but it doesn't really shock me as far as like it being a James Gunn script because yeah, I mean he's
Yeah,
written
and
a lot
Craig
of really
Mazin's
stuff.
the guy who like did the Chernobyl series on HBO and a bunch of other stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's get over to the next story here. Where is
Speaking of movies, I did. Have you guys ever played that horror game, Mortuary Assistant?
no?
No.
No, I guess they're making a movie for that one. But that might mean nothing to you guys. But it's a scary sounding idea. I want to see it.
Well, maybe we'll find a story for that next week and we can talk more
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, it's not a big story. I don't.
Well, no, we'll just something to put on the list for the future.
Yeah, it's just a nerd thing. I mean, just like a fun gamer thing, I should say. People,
That's
it's,
just
it's
what
a
this
proper
segment
horror
is.
game. Proper
Yeah,
horror
exactly.
game, but yeah. I'll talk about it. I'll see what I can find. I just the announcement trailer for it the other day. So I was like, oh, I actually sent it to Han because she's watched me play the game before and watched me shit a brick. So
I had to
Trying to play
remind
that game.
Brandon to take his blood pressure meds.
yeah, it's not my fault. I walked around the corner and almost died. Thank you very much.
I don't
That
think you
bitch-
did. I don't think you almost died. I think you did die, but like the sheer strength of will made your soul stay back.
I may have lost my cool for a split second. That's all I'm gonna admit.
I shit myself because I think I had my. This is back when I was living with my parents. I think I almost shit myself because I'm watching you play on my iPad and I was like, it was like up close and I was like, yeah, that was
Dude,
fun.
I went off the screen with my mouse, and so it kind of kept walking right and like walked smack into this bitch from The Exorcist. It was oh my god.
Yeah, it was like she was peeking out from like a cracked door into a dark
Oh
hallway.
my god! And I just happened to accidentally sidestep right in front of her, and I did the jump scare, and Jesus fuck.
All right. All right, so the next story I
It might have
have
been the
here
worst
is
story I've had in my life.
the next.
Huh?
Go ahead, Todd.
Are we done?
Yeah, we say go.
Okay. I'm just making sure because I don't want to step on anybody else's toes.
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
All right. So the next story I have here is 7 major TV show reboots that ended up getting canceled, and they said that the number one on this list should have deserved much better than what they got. So number 7 on the list is the show Roswell, New Mexico, which is a reboot of a show from the early 2000s, just called Roswell. It was kind of
I remember that show, Roswell.
yeah. This one was actually
Yeah.
really well done. I enjoyed it. I lost track of it, and when I finally was like, oh yeah, I used to watch this show, and then it had been canceled by the time I remembered that it was a thing. I think it was one of those things that it probably got moved around, and they changed the dates that it aired on and whatever else, and I just lost track of it. Number 6 on the list is the Peacock's exclusive on streaming, the new Saved by the Bell, which was essentially
I had
it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, it could have been a lot better.
I had
Honestly.
no idea they did this.
It's
I
on
had
it's
no
on
idea they
Peacock. You can watch
rebooted
it
this.
there. It's only, I think it got one season. And it's essentially a lot of the original cast comes back as parents of the new class, and Mario Lopez is like the
I
coach.
see the image. Yeah, I see the image here has Mario Lopez Slater, and it also has Jesse Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah,
But I don't recognize anybody else. I recognize the teacher. I recognize, but not from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Berkeley comes back as like the homeroom teacher, and Slater is like the coach, and like the blonde kid in the bottom right is the son of Zach, and Zach is like the mayor of the town that Bayside is in.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So there was a lot of like making fun of the original series because of how cringy that show is now to watch. I don't know if you watched that original series.
I was a huge Saved by the Bell fan as a kid.
I
Huge.
enjoyed it.
I watched it every day after school. 2 episodes on TBS.
I actually used to watch the original series. It spun off from Miss Bliss.
Miss Bliss, and then the when they were in middle school still. And
Yeah.
I've seen all those reruns. I've seen all those in reruns.
Yeah. All right, number 5 on the list is That 90s Show, which was really good. I was bummed that it got canceled because
I never saw it. I heard about it coming and then never saw it.
it's on Netflix. It's worth a watch. This is like it's taking place in the 90s, so like the Foremans go back to visit Grandpa and Grandma, so to speak, and so you get to see Eric and Donna's daughter hanging out with Grandpa and Grandma, and she makes friends with all the kids that live in the neighborhood now, and the first season was really good. Second season was okay. It could have been much better. In season 2 there was a lot of cameos from people from the original series as well as other celebrities. I'm not going to give anything away, but you'll want to watch it if you like That 70s Show. And number 4 on this list is the X-Files. X-Files came back for seasons 10 and 11 back in 2016. 14 years after the original series ended, they brought it back for 2 more seasons. Season 10 was decent. Season 11 was... I don't remember much, honestly, of those 2 seasons. I just remembered I liked season 10 better than I liked season 11. Number 3 on the list is Heroes Reborn, which was, I think, 4 years after. Yeah.
I kind of wanted to watch this, but
I don't remember much. I just remember it had like 2 or 3 of the original cast members that were like main characters, but the rest of it was new people. This is what it says here. The original Heroes debuted in 2006, was a cultural phenomenon as it followed a group of ordinary people who discover they have superpowers. Unfortunately, the show dropped off its second season and ended up canceling after the fourth. The reason why it dropped off is because there was a huge, oh God, the fuck, brain is not wanting to form words. Um, they weren't allowed. They weren't allowed to write new episodes because of
The writer's strike.
strike. Thank you. God damn it. The writer's strike happened in season 2, so they basically had a new group of writers that wrote season 2, and they decided to fuck with the entirety of season 1. Say, you know what? That's dumb. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make all the good guys bad guys and all the bad guys good guys. Season 3 tried to fix that, and season 4 was just hot shit. And then so I think in 2015 they tried to bring back the show, and it just wasn't as good as season 1 of the original series. Number 2 on this list, I was really kind of pissed off that the show got canceled. Largely because the original series got canceled and they didn't have a proper ending. So Quantum Leap, that came out, was it 22? Yeah, in 2022, had a new guy who is like resurrecting the Quantum Leap program. And the person in charge of the Quantum Leap program is is played by oh my god, brain, Ernie Hudson, who plays a character that was in the original series that Sam leaped into. So he had a unique perspective on the Quantum Leap program.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit on another episode. Yeah.
Such a great show. I think it's all on Netflix now, so if you haven't watched it, it's like 2 seasons. It doesn't get a decent ending. I'm bummed about that. And number 1 on the list, I watched a few episodes of the revival, and it just wasn't the same. But iCarly was a Nickelodeon.
Yeah, another one I cannot believe I didn't even know it came back.
Yeah, especially with the new story and all that they came out with that.
Right.
Well, I think iCarly is definitely my generation because I remember it's clearly, but like it was. I think the revival died mostly because I think everyone was just like I feel like everyone in the cast was just like super didn't want to do anything with Nickelodeon anymore, especially with Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
And I think I think it's like
Yep.
especially as when I was a kid and watching it. Obviously, I didn't know that I watched it out of order a lot because I didn't know shit about that then. But I feel like you can't have adults who are like in their mid-30s doing those same kind of jokes. Do you see what I mean? Like it's like
Well, I mean,
the jokes that are being made by them that appeal to my generation are kind of overdone.
I got
It's hard to like because with the pace of internet now, it's so fast that it's what's cool one week is cringy the next.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
That's not new. That's always been like that.
Yeah. I watched a few episodes of it. It was okay. It was a lot of.
It got 3 seasons.
Yeah, I guess it did. I only watched a few episodes, and
I've never even seen the original iCarly series. I have no idea even what it is.
The original series was about a girl who did like a web series back when YouTube was still pretty new. So she had like
Isn't it kind of like a sitcom, kind of sitcom-ish for kids?
It was a teenage sitcom, preteen sitcom. It was about a girl who has a video channel on the internet, and she does interviews, and they do pranks, and they do all kinds of other shit. And
oh, she was Mrs. Beast.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. No. If you haven't seen it, it's on Paramount Plus.
I think I'm good.
No, it was actually a relatively entertaining show. You know, I didn't realize the revival got 3 seasons. I stopped watching it because I realized that the character I liked the most wasn't going to be making an appearance because she was done acting and she had no interest whatsoever dealing with Nickelodeon ever again.
Jeanette McCurdy?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's been through a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it makes sense. I don't know what she's doing, but I hope she's having a good life now. She's been through a lot
She
of
actually
shit.
released a book, and I have the audio book of it, and it's
I'm
basically
glad my mom is dead.
yeah, it's really good. Talking about dealing with an overbearing parent, and yeah, just a lot of bullshit shit to deal with, and the fact that all the shit that happened at Nickelodeon, that she hasn't talked about any of that stuff. I'm sure that something probably enough for her not to
I
want to
think
come
she's
back.
talked about. I know recently, in the last couple of months, she held an interview, and she talked about being a teenager and being like essentially groomed while she was on the show. And I'm assuming that being groomed was
Yeah.
by we know
Snyder.
who.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was a couple of different people. I watched the docu series about that, and Dan was just one of like 3 or 4 people that worked at Nickelodeon that did all kinds of creepy shit.
Yeah, well, Dan Snyder was a figurehead. I do want to watch that docuseries, though. Was it Silent, like Quiet on the Set? I think it was
Yeah,
called,
Quiet
right?
on Set, and I think it's also on Paramount Plus. So yeah, it was called Quiet on Set. It was really good. I mean, good in that was like, okay, well, I'm glad all these people are doing okay now. The ones that dealt with all this shit. And yeah. All right,
Oh yeah.
last story I have here is it looks like
And this is the one Brandon's been waiting for.
it looks like Baywatch is coming back. Are you guys excited?
Oh no! I've not. It's funny. I've never even seen a show episode of Baywatch either.
It's an
so no-
open casting call, Brandon. You can
Oh,
live out your dreams
yeah,
of
yeah,
slow motion running on the
Only thing I
beach.
know
Yes,
about
because Baywatch wants 110 pound men running around.
Brandon, you can go on Baywatch. You can be the Speedo.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I think Baywatch is from where most teenage boys got their love of Pamela Anderson. I think, right?
Yeah.
That was yeah.
Yep, doesn't remember.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all I know about
she was
it.
doing Home Improvement as the tool girl, and then she got hired away from Home Improvement to be on Baywatch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yep.
Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
It
God
says,
damn,
it
you're
says
on it.
here, this is from comicbook.com. Baywatch is coming back, and there is an open casting call with an interesting stipulation. Baywatch was a drama television series following the team of lifeguards who patrolled the beaches of Los Angeles. It aired only for one season on NBC before the network canceled it, but it got a syndication deal and ended up as one of the most watched shows on television. With the audience over 1 billion viewers at its peak, a Guinness World Record, mind you, there have been spin-offs such as Baywatch Hawaii, Baywatch Nights, and a movie with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Zac Efron. But it's now
But that was more of a comedy, right?
yeah, that was more of a comedy. Yeah. But now it's getting a reboot. The Baywatch reboot is holding casting calls for a new series. Fox is producing the new series, and producers are asking people to come out for the show dressed in wardrobe that evokes beach setting while remaining polished, professional, and avoiding overly revealing styles and costumes. It sounds like a casting producer doesn't want them just showing up in swimwear. Doesn't want to come off as too risque. There will be an open call on February 18th for roles including lifeguards, beachgoers, bartenders, buddies, blah 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 blah. Okay.
1 month from today. You could be a bartender, Brandon.
Yeah.
Ha!
You can be the new Isaac. You can be like finger guns and everything. Of course,
Hey!
you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Isaac was the bartender on the Love Boat back in the 70s, and he was a black dude with a fro, and he always had finger guns when he was talking to people. And if you haven't watched Love Boat,
Brandon shows up to the Baywatch audition in blackface with an afro wig on.
I think I was told something. I was told something wrong, I think.
I was given some very bad advice.
That's funny. Oh my god. All right, I think that is it for what's Geek this week, guys. So should we probably move on to Am I the Asshole?
Let's do it.
AITA. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 Ha. 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 AITA. I'm a petty person, okay. But am I the a-hole? When the tree fell on your house, did I laugh so loud I woke my neighbors? Hell yeah. You're
All right, enough of that shit.
We've had a long show. Do we want to just pick one of these and all give our opinions?
Yeah, let's. Either one. I don't care. I grabbed one because it looked like it might be an interesting one. So
Yeah, we can save the other one for next week, so we can just do the first one, and unless it goes ridiculously quick, we'll just save the other one for next week.
yeah.
Because I'm
All right.
I'm gonna have to run here pretty soon.
All right. The
Fair
first
enough.
one here is. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my parents my location after they stopped paying for my tuition? I, 19 female, a sophomore in college, until last semester my parents were paying for about 3/4 of my tuition and my housing. However, they insisted I use the Life 360 app showing my location to them at all times. It wasn't optimal, but I figured it was up to them since they're paying for me. Over the holidays, however, my dad and I had a huge argument because I changed my major from biology to nursing. He told me I was throwing away a bigger opportunity, but I felt like I can help more people this way. Since then, I have had to start working 2 jobs and take out multiple student loans. I pay for everything now. My parents gave me 0. Anyway, last weekend I went on a road trip to another state, and my mom started texting me nonstop, demanding to know why I was in another state. I had forgotten about the tracking app at this point. I realized that how they knew. That's just I deleted the app. Then came the calls from both parents, both of them saying how dangerous it is for me not to be tracked by them at all times. I told them I'm paying my own life now. I value my privacy and I don't feel comfortable with the app. This has really infuriated my dad and upset my mom because she thinks I'm trying to cut them out completely or something. They said if I don't turn it back on, that I'm not welcome at Thanksgiving this year. Am I the asshole?
Wow.
Nah.
Yeah.
I
So,
could.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely
So I
fucking
have,
not. That's
I have those
psychotic.
parents. I have
That's
those exact
psychotic.
parents. Like I could have written that like word for word. It's not my post, but I could have written it word for word. And like I feel like these parents, I don't think they're just overbearing. I feel like they're parents who are narcissistic and feel like they have to. No, they feel entitled. I don't feel like they have to. They feel entitled
Yeah.
to having their kids live their lives because those parents feel like they failed in life or whatever bullshit. And being left out of Thanksgiving is not that big of a deal for like sanity's sake because you don't like even if this person, even if OP did bring back the tracking app, it's kind of like, do you even want to spend Thanksgiving with these people? Realistically?
Yeah, I think they're definitely not the asshole for disabling the app and just
Hell no.
yeah.
Well, how old
well,
are these people in the first place, too? Well, I mean, I'm assuming they're grown ass adults, right?
yeah, I
Nine to
think it's
12.
they're 19, right? So,
Yeah, they
um,
said they were 19, 19 female.
and
Well,
and
they're a
I
young
think
adult, but they're still like, if the Eagles parents went to the cops, what are the cops gonna do? Oh no, it's a 19-year-old being an adult. Like, what are you gonna do, right?
oh yeah, and I think it's a slam dunk. Like they're definitely not the asshole, especially now that they're paying their own way. Like you don't have to let your parents track you. F that. But I think
I
the
also
more
feel like it's also cultural too. I feel like obviously I'm born to like immigrant Vietnamese parents who lived through the Vietnam War. I feel like, at least in my experience that I've seen, I feel like white American parents are more likely to be like, yeah, the day you turn 18, you're kicked out,
oh
and you
yeah,
need to
yeah.
find your own way. But like maybe like Asian parents
Well, I was gonna
tend to
say,
be
do you
like,
get the vibe that this is an Asian family here that
yeah,
we're talking about?
this gives me Asian vibes, but this gives me I want to say Asian vibes, but they say Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving isn't a thing in Asian communities unless they're
That's
like
true.
hardcore American-fied.
They're definitely an Americanized family, whatever. they
Yeah,
are.
but I'm not a fully Americanized because I'm first gen American. So
Her username is her name says Amelia Larson. So yeah,
Which could be a real name, could be a fake
it
name.
it could be like a Chinese adoptee into white family. God
Well, no, because
knows,
then it would be Susan or what are what are the Linda or Susan? I think they're
the old names.
yeah. It's always those names.
Yeah, Barbara, Karen.
yeah.
But I think the more interesting question here, though, is like they were at the time that they were paying for about 3/4 of this person's tuition. Was it okay then for them to demand 24/7 access to their
My
location?
parents. Okay, so so I also experienced this too, and it's like I mean, okay, so my parents pay for my parents have paid for all my degrees, right? And I recognize I'm very privileged for that. However, I think these parents feel that, you know, oh, if I keep my kid, it's financial abuse in short. Like, oh, if I keep my kid, financially attached to me, they won't leave, or they'll feel guilty about leaving me after they get the schooling done or whatever. So, I mean,
Do you think it might be a
I mean,
rich family that like they're used to like money being the controlling thing? And
so okay, so when, so I'm
It
gonna
can go either
say
way.
this again.
I can see a poor family, somebody of a poor family, having that even mean a lot more to them.
Yeah, I was gonna
If
say
you
like,
cut them
what do you mean?
off.
Like, well, number one, what do you mean by rich family? Because in Asia, parents will do the same thing too. That's a cultural thing where parents will pay and let their adult children stay at home to finish their degree or whatever. So, I mean, it's not a matter of socioeconomic status. It's a matter of investment, right? Because realistically, education is an investment, and these parents feel that because they invest in their child, like however much tuition is, that they're like, oh, well, we need to know where our money's going. It's kind of like how investors with like big companies are like, yeah, where's our money going? And then the CEO is like, oh, I don't know where my money's
Yeah, but
going.
we're talking about your kid, not like a bank statement.
Some parents see their kids like that.
yeah, I
That's
mean, me personally,
unfortunate.
I think it was wrong for them to ever expect 24/7
I
access
mean,
to their location.
she did say
Like,
I mean,
that
also,
she did say
I mean, it's
that
also
she's
kind of
okay with it
like,
because they were paying for everything. So once she started paying for her own shit, she's like, yeah, no, I don't really see a need for you to keep a tracking of me. I'm an adult now. I can do what I want. I'm capable of taking care of myself, basically.
yeah, I would have I wouldn't have been okay with it even when they were paying for it, and definitely not once they stopped.
I mean, if them being okay with it just means that that's the kind of dynamic they have in the family. They're spending money, so therefore they think they have some say, and that's yeah. I have family like that where they
I
they
definitely don't put the asshole on this girl. That's for sure.
absolutely not, yeah. So
I think the parents need to go to therapy and
Yeah, that
unattach
they
themselves
could use a
from
family therapy session for one too.
even that. Like even in family therapy with these type of parents, they will still insist in therapy. Like again, therapy only works if people are truthful, and sometimes these parents are very truthful about how they feel or how they view their child. Because let's be real, like some parents don't see their children as people. They see their children as ways to get money or
An
whatever,
extension of themselves.
prestige.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I think that's a show, folks. That was a good one.
Yes, sir.
If you're
I think so
listening,
too,
remember
yeah.
to like and subscribe and leave a comment, interact with us. You can leave your own mailbag questions as comments. You can leave if you have your own Am I the Asshole situation and you want us to help out with you, just leave a
Yeah.
comment on any of, you can email the hello@adhp.live. You can comment on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. But we'd love to hear from you if you're listening. Thanks as always. Any last words from Todd or Brandon?
Last words.
They all
Keep the
good.
faith. Fight the fight.
Right on, guys. We'll see everybody next week.
Or see ya.
This